My Affinity Jazzmaster reached me safely. It was wrapped in foam and packed in a box within a box. There was no damage, so I was able to be in awe of the finish. I even played with the color temperature of my light to get an idea of how to look in different lighting. I was also pleasantly surprised to find out that the headstock is glossy. It's a nice touch. Before playing it though, I need to take care of some business. Removing the sticker and pickup plastic, which was harder than I expected. More importantly, I needed to lower the action. I knew right out of the box the strings were too high for me, somewhere between 3 and 3.5 as expected. No big deal though. Luckily, in the bag with the trem arm, we have the necessary Allen keys, which is a nice touch. Those aren't always included with every guitar. So I was able to easily lower the action to my preferred height, which is between 2 and 2.25. A quarter could easily pass through underneath. Then a quick tuning and stretch before playing direct so I could get an idea of the qualities of the pickups. After a few minutes of that, I knew I'd go with a Fender model for the cleans and a Marshall model for the gains. I also wanted to tune down to E flat to get an idea of the tuning stability, which, given the Fender style machine heads with a hole in the peg, should be fine. And it was. But I did have some intonation issues that I overlooked. So please, don't blame the guitar for my negligence. It stays in tune perfectly fine unless you get crazy with the trem. More on that later though. For now, I'm going to stop talking for a few minutes and share my sound experiments. I'm very happy with the versatility of the sound. It definitely does the Jazzmaster thing. I was concerned whether or not it would, since the body is poplar, but it does. It's a great feeling guitar too. It's heavy like alder, about 7.5 to 8 pounds, and the neck is a light satin finish with a comfortable profile and 9.5-inch radius. I also want to point out that the neck joint is completely stable. I've had questions about that with Squiers in my past. Apparently the 5th fret is a little sharp though. I say apparently because I didn't feel it when playing, but I noticed it when going over the footage. As for the board of the frets, it feels great, which is surprising. My only other experience with the Indian Laurel has been on my SG Classic, and that thing arrived looking and feeling like a saltine. It was so bad that as soon as it came in, I took off the strings and hit it with a coat of linseed oil that I let soak in overnight. This one feels exactly like my highest quality rosewood boards. It looks better, too. It's got a heavy zebra pattern underneath some white figuring. The other issue isn't with the guitar, it's with Squier's warranty, which laughably doesn't cover anything. It's a non-issue because I'd never get warranty coverage anyway, but I've had issues with Squier straight out of the box before, and I'd just like to take the time to point out that if you ever get a Squier you love with an issue you plan to get the warranty to cover, don't count on it. You'll have to return it to the retailer just like I did. On the topic of old videos, I'd like to point out that the giveaways for the Positive Grid Spark and the Blackstar Debut 10E will still be happening whenever I reach 1,000 subscribers. And as for future videos, I've decided to put pure vintage 65 pickups in here so I can compare this one, the Squier, to my Troy Van Leeuwen Jazzmaster, just to see what the difference is between alder and poplar. So if you're interested in that or any of the dozen or so other videos that I'm working on, please do subscribe. If you're not interested in those, thanks for watching. And for those of you who have been subscribed for some time now, as always, thanks. I really appreciate it.